folks. Welcome back to another terrifying episode of Whining About Pest Control. If you're just joining us, I'm Shelby Hartzer of 360 Pest Consulting, and today I got my friend Fred here to help us out to talk about cemeteries. We're continuing that Halloween series, so we're going to whine about all the pests in cemeteries. And in honor of that, I'm drinking a nice, deep, dark, blood red Tempranillo, so cheers. Lovely. I know, it sounds a little strange when we're talking about pest control, but it's actually pretty relevant, particularly for structures that are going to be close to cemeteries. I'm going through this rapid fire because there's quite a few pests, so keep up. First, we got forward flies, aka the coffin flies. Why coffin flies? Because they feed off dead and decaying material in coffins. These can be an especially big problem in mausoleums. Also, nearby restaurants, nearby homes can also see an influx of these when those populations are high. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are also going to be a big problem, especially in the summer. Not only are there accumulations of water in a lot of those low areas, there's all the vases of plants that people bring in. Those sit there with the flowers decaying and providing that perfect spot for those container breeding mosquitoes. And of course, those mosquitoes can also be carrying terrifying diseases that can potentially kill. Green funerals are becoming more popular. Typically, those bodies are buried deep enough to prevent any type of infestation from many fly species, but we can always have wildlife digging down a little bit, and the bodies can be close enough then to have blowflies and other carrion feeding species. When you think of cemeteries, they provide the perfect habitat for edge-dwelling pests. They like that interface between that nice, clean, manicured lawn and then the kind of wild, unkept edges at the sides and the back. This is area that deer, mice, and therefore ticks are going to be inhabiting. Since mice don't respect the fences, they're going to cross to nearby areas carrying those ticks that can also transmit a whole bunch of tick-borne diseases, some which can be deadly. Just like homes and businesses that have nice lawns, cemeteries do too. Ants can be a big problem. One study estimated the damage caused just by red imported fire ants to cemeteries in the US was over $98,000. And honestly, accidentally sitting on a fire ant mound as you're going to visit grandma's grave isn't a great thing. Because of all the insects and other arthropods in cemeteries, there's lots of spiders. It makes sense. There's this huge food source for them, and they're going to take advantage of it. A study of one British cemetery found 84 different species of spiders. When those reproduce, the tiny little spiderlings are going to balloon. They're going to float on the air by a tiny piece of silk and then float away to nearby buildings. Bees and wasps can also be a problem. There are lots of flowering shrubs, plants, and that nectar source is a really big draw. Once bee colonies get big enough, they're going to swarm. They'll find homes in neighboring areas. We know that wasp colonies die out every year, but those fall queens will find a place to overwinter and again spread out in the spring. One more for you. With all of those plants, we have plenty of plant feeding pests, and the seasonal pests will move into nearby structures in the fall. They have all summer to feed up, and then those lady beetles, those box elder bugs, those stink bugs, and more are going to fly to nearby structures, hoping for that nice, safe place to overwinter. That's just the tip of the gravestone when it comes to pests and cemeteries and the terrifying effects they may have on nearby structures. I know I didn't whine too much about control, but we have previous whinings and you can visit those to see some of these pests, and we will also cover them again more in the future. Until then, go have a glass. Don't be frightened. Whine to me about your tough pest issues to see how I can help. Like and follow and share this with all your ghouls and ghosties, and cheers to terrifyingly spooky cemetery pests.